I'm doing a project about crime. Part of that project consists of me interviewing my father. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Alfredo Chairez.
And what is your occupation?
I am a police officer.
Okay, so what can we do to prevent crime?
One of the things that we can do to prevent ourselves from being victims of crime is to be aware of your surroundings. I think a lot of the times people go about their day not really paying attention to what's around them, and unfortunately they become victims of crime. Whereas if you pay attention and you see something that doesn't look right, you might try to avoid that area or that group of people or person, and you can avoid being a victim of crime. The other thing we could do is local police departments, and by that I mean if we are aware of our surroundings and we see something that is suspicious, we need to report that. We are the people that know our neighborhoods the best, so we should know when something doesn't look right. And lots of times we see that, but we don't want to report it. If we report it, we get somebody out there to check it out for us. That could also help reduce crime.
Okay, so what is the percentage of crimes that actually get reported?
I think that depends on the area. I think you'll find that in the more low-income areas that are plagued with gangs and drugs, those crimes that occur in those areas are actually underreported. And the reason is people are afraid. A lot of the gangs can take control of those neighborhoods, and the people that live in those neighborhoods, the good people in those neighborhoods, are scared to call the police, scared to cooperate with police. They fear retaliation from these gangs. Now, if you compare that to a more middle class neighborhood, there's not that fear. So when they are victims of, say, like a auto burglary or a residential burglary, they're not scared to call the police. They'll call the police or report it, and they're more likely to report suspicious activity as well because they don't have that fear. So I can't give you a specific percentage, but in the low income, high crime areas, I think the crimes that are reported are significantly less than what is actually going on in those neighborhoods.
Okay, now how do you feel when you get reported to a crime?
As far as how I feel when I report to a crime, a lot of times it's disbelief, sometimes anger. You see some of the crimes that people do to other people, and it's sometimes unbelievable, and it makes you upset. But I think I can use that to push me to do my job better. When I see an innocent person that has been victimized, it pushes me, drives me to try to find some resolution for this person and to help them out. And on the flip side, sometimes some of the things that we see is kind of comical. Sometimes you'll go to a call where kids have done something that in their mind is not a crime, and they don't know any better. So it's kind of funny on some instances.
Okay, so when people are caught committing crimes, what do they say?
After we catch somebody that's committed a crime, we usually get a ton of different excuses or denial. A lot of times people say they didn't do it, even though there's video or people pointing to them saying that they did it, and they'll still keep denying, thinking that it's going to get them out of trouble, but it usually doesn't work. It's not very often when somebody actually takes responsibility for a crime they committed. Like I said, a lot of times they deny it or make excuses for why they did it and blame it on other people or other factors to why they're committing these crimes.
Okay, so in the last 10 years, how have the law changes affected crimes today?
So in the last 10 years, there have been several laws that have been passed that make or lessen the level of crimes that many crimes are now. And by that I mean crimes crimes that were felonies now have been lessened to misdemeanors. And I think that has a negative impact on society. I think what it does is it keeps more people that are committing these crimes out on the streets, and unfortunately they don't stop. They keep committing crimes. When they are stopped by police, many times now they get just a ticket now, where as with the old laws they'd be arrested and placed in jail for some time. I also think that it makes people less fearful of punishment. And by that I mean, like I mentioned earlier, back in the days, or 10 years ago, there'd be a crime that, like a narcotics crime, would be a felony, and people would go to jail for that. And today, they just get a ticket for that. So it makes people less fearful of using drugs because they know there's not much of a repercussion for it. Now, if we keep on this drug theme, a lot of the people that use the drugs, unfortunately, get the money for the drugs by committing other crimes. So I don't think the law changes have actually helped lower crimes. I think they actually made crime worse.
Okay, now for entertainment purposes, do you enjoy watching crime or police television shows?
I think those shows are fine for entertainment purposes, but unfortunately, what they do is they give people a false sense or a false belief of how police work actually works. There's been numerous times when I've been on calls and people are telling me that they saw how they did it on CSI, so we should be doing it a certain way. On those TV shows, you'll have a murder that happens and gets solved all within an hour. But in reality, a murder is something that takes a lot of time. Just to process the scene alone could take 8 hours or even more than that. So, like I said, they're good entertainment, but it's not reality, and people should not think that they're reality and expect things to go in real life as they do on those shows.